Good morning, folks. Welcome back to Ferrum Wrestling 411. I'm your host, Gary Holden. Of course, with me is head wrestling coach Nate Yetzer. Nate, welcome back.
Hey, thanks, Gary. Appreciate it, man.
Your summer going okay so far?
Going great, going great. We just finished up our camps about a week ago and got the first look at some of the incoming freshmen. And the guys came back on campus. Nice to always see them again after a little absence, and it's been good.
So some of your guys were back helping out with the camp and
Yeah,
everything?
we had about, I think we had about close to 15 guys.
That's awesome.
Back working, so it was good. Yeah.
That's great, great. Tell me about your family. How's things going? I saw you walking on campus with your four boys, trying to keep them all corralled.
The whole crew. Yeah, it's going great. You know, it's always, you know, right before camps, leading up to camp is kind of really busy. You know, just trying to focus in on and making sure we run the best camps we possibly can. And you know, now that that's over, we do a couple more traveling camps. But you know, now it's a little more time to spend time with family, and you know, for most of July, and then usually mid-August we start getting the ball rolling again.
Sure,
so,
sure.
Yep.
Well, the boys seem like they were pretty happy to be walking around campus, hanging out with Dad and everything.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, it's been beautiful weather, and you know, Ferrum, you know, awesome place to raise a family.
Yeah,
So.
sure is, sure is. Nate, listen, getting back to the 2016-17 season, hard to imagine you can top a season like that. What a great year you had. You won the Southeast Wrestling Conference tournament. You won the Builder Open. You won the East Regional for the tournament that gets your wrestlers into the NCAA Tournament. Second at the Pete Wilson Invitation out in the Midwest, one of the toughest tournaments in the country. Fifth at the New Standard Invitational. Eighth at the National Wrestling Coaches Association National Duels. Sent 3 to the NCAA tournament, had an NCAA finalist. I mean, how do you top a year like that?
Hopefully next year, you know, getting top 4 at the NCAA tournament, that's the goal now going forward. I think, you know, the season was great. Now it's time to look forward. We celebrated a little bit. Now it's time to, you know, get better and, you know, kind of push forward. And I do think we have an opportunity to have a better team this coming year than we did last year.
Really?
Which, even though we lost a lot, you know, I mean, I still think we have a lot of really good guys in the pipeline and some freshmen who got a lot of experience to be ready to go for this coming year. So, and incoming freshmen that is quite frankly surprised me at the camp. That I think are ready pretty quickly.
You loaded up on freshmen and sophomores last year. It looked like a lot of guys were impact wrestlers in the lineup. You had a number of seniors, but you know the ones that left and everything did an amazing job with getting our first 4 years going here and everything. And but it just looks as though you've got a lot of kids that are chomping at the bit, ready to get in there and make their mark.
Yeah, we had. I mean, I think we had 7 freshmen or sophomores in the lineup last year. Wow. You know, so those guys all come back. Obviously, we lose 3 guys, and then we also lose a junior. I'm sorry that took 4th at regionals. Lost a close one for 3rd and 4th. That's has 1 more semester, so he's going to graduate, and he'll be done. Adam Bresson. So, so really lost 4 guys and guys that scored a lot of points for us. So they're going to be missed, obviously, but I think we have some really good freshmen coming in. I think we plugged some holes that we needed to plug in this off season, and we're excited to go forward. So
good. Well, we're excited about seeing what's going to happen, and we're going to talk a little bit about next year in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit. So camps are done for the year. Are you still doing any
we have a couple of traveling camps. Me and Coach Briggs are going out to California, Temecula, California, to do a camp that we did last year. That I did last year, and then also we have the camps in Powhatan, Virginia, that we do every year, 5-day camps.
Just south of Richmond.
Yep. And obviously, you know, this year we're going to do it with a heavy heart, as we lost Mike Walters, who ran that camp, and he's a special agent down in Powhatan and lost his life in the line of duty
he was a police
few months
officer.
ago. And
real sad.
You know, so you know, but we owe it to him to keep it going, because he was an integral part in getting that going, and for underprivileged kids, and just a great person, great overall person.
Are they considering starting any type of scholarship program?
Yeah, I think there's a tournament, a memorial tournament starting up. You know, the Rumble at the Rodeo, which is a big fundraiser for us as a team too. You know, Mike started that; he's the brains behind that, and that's going to keep that going. We moved it to the fall instead of having it in the spring, just to obviously have time to kind of recover. And but then also you know, we have I think we have we have a camp in Virginia Beach at Woodside High School.
Okay.
And that's a 3-day camp right when we get back from California. So
keep you busy.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. Let's talk a little bit about recruiting. Things go as you were hoping?
Yeah, great. You know, I think, you know, it started slow at first, you know, for this year with, you know, the change in presidency and some financial aid things. You know, it took us a little while to get going. I felt really good about the kids we were on, and some fell through the cracks. Just couldn't make it work financial aid wise, but you know, when they came to camp, you know, I thought this was an okay class. You know, there's some highlighted kids, small class, but and then when they came to camp, I was really impressed with them, man. This is the first year we had everybody that came to camp, incoming freshmen, that made it through the whole thing. You know, last year they got like 3 or 4 kids quit the first day. You know, like incoming freshmen. You know, so we had a bunch of kids. A couple kids get hurt, but most of them made it through and they pushed through it, man. So I was really impressed with their work ethic and, you know, their toughness. So We still have like 4 or 5 guys that verbal committed that we need to finish some paperwork, so we can't talk about those guys. But the group that we have, I'm just going to go in. I'll probably miss a few guys here and there, but we got a kid named Trey Drummond, Steve Mueller, and Chris Nichols. We'll all be kind of 25, 33, eventually maybe 41.
Okay.
That all that all did a really good job at camp, and kind of all over too. Trey's from Virginia. Chris is from Virginia, but Steve Mueller's from Connecticut, so came from up northeast, and you'll love that northeast.
Yep, all the northeast guys.
Yeah, and then 41, really excited about this wave. We got PJ Oliver coming in from Roanoke, and then Tatum Tyree, who did a heck of a job at camp. He's from Amherst County, 3-time placer in Virginia, and I guess one of the linchpins of our recruiting class this year. Brent Wendell will probably be 41, 49, around there. He's from Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Really impressed with him. He actually, we have a returning Ferrum guys, the staff members, wrestle the freshmen in like a camp, so all the campers can watch. And Brent actually beat Austin Smith, who was took 4th at regionals last year.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah, and so we're excited about him. And then 49, 57 range, Hadley Horner from Chantilly, Virginia. Another great talented kid, man, and we're really excited about him as well too. Plus, I think he can grow and get a lot bigger. And
it's funny how you name the weight classes. It seems as though coming in, that always seems to be the game plan. But I also remember one of your wrestlers came in here as a freshman, was touted at 125, couldn't make 41 by the end of the year, and last year wrestled 165 for you.
Yeah, so. Heck of a year, So Andrew Tolbers, you talking about from New Jersey. Guys come in, some guys just never lifted hard before, and then they come in and they get used to the college lifting program, and especially our strength and conditioning program, and they just kind of blow up. And that's what happened to me. I was recruited to be 149 in college. I was All-American at 174. So you don't really know how your body's going to react to getting in the weight room and really lifting hard. And,
it happened to me too. So
yeah, obviously. But then we got a guy that hopefully we can get him down to 57 or 65. Braxton May from North Carolina, really impressive in camp, really talented kid. Just got to get him leaner and better, and did a great job. Noah Vasquez, who came to camp a little late but did a great job. Worked hard, just a little behind the curve.
What weight class is he?
He'll probably be 57, 65 as well too, and then we have a few other guys in there that obviously we can't talk about until their stuff's done, their deposits and all that's in. 74, 84, we got a really good kid. Can't talk about him yet. And then we have another kid, Zach Schaefer from Pennsylvania as well, Red Lion, Pennsylvania, who had a heck of a year last year, and we're really excited about him too. He impressed me at camp.
Looks as though you're casting a fairly wide net geographically.
We got to, and I think for us, our goal is to win a national title as a team. I mean, you can't just recruit. No offense to Virginia, but in Virginia, you have to kind of cast a wide net and find guys that fit the Ferrum model, and I think we did a good job of that this year. 84, 97, Jacob Fields, kid from North Carolina, did a really good job. Got hurt toward the end of the camp, but did a great job. At heavyweight, Nate Fortuner, who from a Maryland kid who got a little bit hurt during camp too, but did a great job and very talented. And he's probably got to take a year or so for him to grow into being heavyweight, but he'll do a good job there. So, and then. And I mean, that's the majority of the kids who came to camp, and I was impressed with. So, and did a good job. So we're excited.
Sounds like it's a great future for us and everything.
Absolutely.
So. Yep. Well, let's talk a little bit about your schedule for next year. This past year, you wrestled ranked teams, six in Division III, and you wrestled a ranked Division II team as well. Yep. So, do you see the schedule having as many dual meets with ranked teams again this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, I think we're gonna. The schedule is gonna be very similar. We're gonna release the schedule tomorrow on Facebook and email and everything. But I think, I was really. I wanted to change some things up a little bit, but just didn't work out date-wise, and so we kind of kept a very similar schedule. We eliminated a few things, and we added a few dual meets. Obviously Averett starting up, that could have a chance to be a really good rivalry for us. So
brand new program,
and because we added them, we had to drop, probably either Pembroke or drop Liberty, and we'll probably drop one of those. Liberty we see at the Virginia Duels anyhow, so it's not a big deal. And Pembroke, unfortunately, we're probably going to have to eliminate them. And then we also added, I believe, another duel. I think we're going to get Stevens down here for a dual meet.
Wow.
Yeah, which is obviously one of the top premier teams in the country. Yeah. Yep. And and so Obviously, we have to eliminate another dual meet too because we had a full slate of events last year.
Sure,
so,
absolutely. And you had a lot of tournaments as well. I mean,
right.
Will you be going to the Southeast Wrestling
Absolutely,
Conference?
yep.
That'll be the conference tournament and everything. Builder Invitational.
Builder we dropped. We're going to drop the Builder. Yep. Just it's something had to give, obviously,
Sure,
and that was,
sure.
last year. The teams have kind of dwindled down. There's not a lot. A lot of our guys wrestled each other, so it was, kind of.
Sure.
We want to switch it up a little bit this year. So
probably your three biggest in-season tournaments were the Wilson, the New
Right.
Standard Invitational, and the NWCA.
National
All three of
duels,
those still on?
Oh yeah, those three are still on the schedule for sure. Those three will probably always be on there unless we change it up. National Gatorade duels, we're going back to there again too.
Good.
We'll probably get 3 or 4 duels against really good teams there as well.
Always ranked teams there.
Right. Yeah. I love duels too because I think it's good. It's good for team building and all that. So we'll probably continue to add more duels. Maybe in eliminating tournaments, but
Okay.
So we're excited about that. So
Good. Well, one change I understand, the Star City Open has
Right.
been moved. You were at
Right.
the Hotel Roanoke last year. I understand you're moving to a different venue this year. Tell us a little bit
yeah,
about
we
that.
kind of outgrew the Hotel Roanoke, and the option wasn't really there for us to rent out the whole facility, all 4 ballrooms to make it big enough, and so we decided to move it to the Salem Civic Center, which is a great venue, and they have a lot of experience running wrestling tournaments.
Oh yeah. State championships there
yep.
every year. You got Kerry Harvey Cutter
Yep.
runs the place and
Yep.
just does an amazing
Yep.
job. He's a good friend of ours.
Exactly. Yep. Hank, I forget his last name, but he worked with us really well, and Kerry as well, and got a great deal on it. So we're going to have it there, and hopefully continue to grow it and make it bigger. I think this year we have 12 teams committed, so it's going to be it should be an awesome event. Stevens is coming down for that, and possibly Wabash, who finished 3rd in the country last year.
Out of Ohio.
Out of Indiana. Yep.
Indiana.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Excellent. It's another strong team. All right. So Nate, one of the exciting things, couple big exciting things happened recently.
Yeah.
Way back in April, we learned that we're going to be hosting the 2019 NCAA Tournament.
Yep.
Huge. It's got to be something huge for you.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of that was the target. When I first took this job, kind of the target date where I thought we could actually compete for a national title, and it still holds true. I mean, we got a really good sophomore class this year. They're going to be seniors in 2019, and most of them are from Virginia, around the area. So it's going to be awesome to have it there. And this year, I've actually one goal as a head coach, I really want to focus on marketing and fill up, and start to build up more of a fan base. Not that we don't have a great fan base already, but really grow it this year. And get youth kids involved and all that. And I think cause the goal is 2019. It'd be nice to have 500 Ferrum fans there.
That'd be awesome.
Yep.
That'd be awesome. And you're doing it just up in Roanoke, at the Berglund Center,
Yep.
Roanoke Civic Center,
Yep.
basically. We hosted a regional there a couple of years ago.
Yep,
So
exactly. Yep.
Beautiful place. They've
Awesome
redone it, new
facility.
chair backs, new paint job. Everything looks
It's gonna be
really
awesome.
nice in there.
Yep.
So good. We're real excited. So folks, keep that on your radar. March 2019 NCAA Division III National Wrestling Championships being hosted by Ferrum. Nate, the other big announcement was the Old Dominion Athletic Conference.
Awesome.
Even though they don't have wrestling, huge announcement for Ferrum College to be getting into that
Right.
league. A lot of our teams, instead of going down to, Georgia, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Alabama, our conference affiliation is right up here in the state of Virginia. So real exciting news for Ferrum. And I know the ODEC has a couple wrestling programs as well.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. I think, we obviously do one in Hampton City, and we do Washington Lee every year. But I think, from a standpoint of, for the school in general, it's great because it's a great academic conference as well, too. A lot of great schools in that. And the travel's going to help I guess it's going to help the student body as well, too. The student athletes, quality of life is going to be a lot better. And obviously, listen, I mean, a lot of times it comes down to money, and it's going to save the school a lot of money, too, which
absolutely.
is great. So.
I mean, hotels, transportation, meals, just should be a good fundraiser. I mean, a good savings of funds,
Right.
and it will also give our coaches an opportunity to recruit more heavily in the state of Virginia, where about 60% of our student athletes are from anyway.
Right, exactly.
So,
and parents can come watch more events, and I think that's, and ultimately I think it's going to help wrestling too, because obviously Washington Lee's getting a lot better. Hampton Sydney is in the first phases of the program, and obviously we've kind of broken through a little bit, and I think hopefully other teams see that they can wrestling could be a great thing for the ODAC, and more schools will add wrestling. I think, I think that's the hope.
We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Well, Nate, thank you so much for coming on the show. I guess we'll come back maybe somewhere towards the end of the summer, give another recap going into the school year and everything.
Absolutely. Probably late August, maybe we'll get together. And,
Sure.
Yep, absolutely.
Any vacation plans?
Yeah, but we usually go to the beach. I think maybe we'll just go to the lake this summer. We haven't really decided yet. We're heading up to Ohio here soon, next Saturday, I think.
That's where your family's from.
Yep. We're going to head up there and visit family, and then I fly out of there to go to California for a camp, and then come back to Cleveland, and we drive back down here to Virginia Beach. So
busy lifestyle.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we're glad for you, Nate. Well, listen, folks, we're really excited about the wrestling season coming up this year, and Nate, thanks for being on the show again. We'll see you. We'll see you at the end of August, folks. This has been another episode of Ferrum Wrestling 411. I'm your host, Gary Holden. For Nate Yetzer, thanks and have a great summer.